Hello and welcome to the lecture series on Principles of Electrical Engineering. In this lecture, we'll be talking about three-phase and single-phase system, and we will try to compare them and see what are the advantages associated with a three-phase system. So to start with, a three-phase uh, a three-phase system is widely used in generation, transmission, and distribution. So right from generation end uh, to the distribution, to the transmission, and then finally to the distribution. So everywhere you will find three-phase system in place. While a single-phase system is used only to operate small electrical appliances at homes and which require very small power rating. So we will see what are the advantages of the three-phase system and why it's so prevalent and used widely throughout the world. Okay, so let's start with the first advantage. Uh, the output of the three-phase machine is always greater than a single-phase machine of same size. So in other words, for a given size and voltage, three-phase alternator or electrical machine will occupy less space and consequently will cost less. So, uh, uh, for a same rating, uh, machines operating on single-phase supply will have a larger size compared to a three-phase machine. Okay, then let's talk about distribution and transmission of electrical power. So in electrical power transmission and distribution of same amount of power, the requirement of the conductor material is less in a three-phase system as compared to a single-phase system. And that is why a three-phase transmission and distribution system is economical as compared to a single-phase system. Now, let's talk about the power. The instantaneous power associated with a three-phase system is almost constant over a cycle, and it results in a smooth and vibration-free operation of the machines which are connected to the three-phase supply. So in this diagram, you could see here uh, a three-phase supply and correspondingly currents are there, and if we multiply the voltage in each phases with the corresponding current, so we get power. And that power, if you add up the three power, it will amount to a constant power. Resulting power will be a constant power. While in case of single phase system here, you can see the voltage and current, when it is multiplied, it results in a waveform something like this. So the instantaneous power is not constant but varying and varying throughout the cycle. So the systems which operate, especially the machines which operate on single phase system, has to encounter a pulsating type of uh, power. Then talking about induction motor, a three-phase induction motor is self-starting as the magnetic field which is produced by the three-phase supply is rotating in nature. Okay, so this is the rotating magnetic field. It rotates and comes back to its original position in one complete cycle. So this rotating magnetic field, when interacts with the rotor and the windings of the rotor, they cut the rotor windings and produce EMF, and these EMFs consequently generate a current in the rotor winding, and the flowing current in the rotor winding, since they are placed in magnetic field, so they will experience a torque. So this will help the motor to rotate. So that's the principle of operation of a three-phase induction motor. While in case of a single-phase induction motor, the magnetic flux produced is pulsating in nature. It's not rotating, it's pulsating. So it's going it's going in one direction and then coming back and then going back to the other direction, and so on and so forth. So the resultant torque produced on the rotors uh, actually will be equal to zero. So no movement of the rotor if you aren't connecting any other external auxiliary circuit to start the motor. So that's a big disadvantage associated with a single phase induction motor. That's not there in case of a three-phase induction motor. Okay, then let's talk about power factor. So a power factor uh, in case of three-phase motor is better. It is better. So why uh, by better I mean it is close to unity. So at unity power factor, uh, the current drawn by the machine uh, will be least at the same power. Okay, so so a machine will be drawing lesser current for the same amount of power, and lesser current will result in lesser power loss. So this is the advantage associated with a three-phase motor, wherein the power factor is better as compared to a single-phase motor. Then talking about the occurrence of fault in a transformer. So whenever there is a fault in any of the windings of a transformer, the rest of the two windings can be used in open delta configuration to serve the three-phase load. Okay, while it's not possible in single-phase transformer. So this ability of single three-phase transformer increases the reliability. So reliability issue. Three-phase transformer is more reliable than a single-phase transformer when we talk about the occurrence of fault. Then when we talk about power electronics, so in power electronic converter, uh, so if I'm talking about a rectifier, so a rectifier, it rectifies the DC signal, an AC signal, and converts it into DC. So this is a rectifier. So in the process of the rectification, the output DC will be having some ripples in three-phase system as well as in a single-phase system. But the ripple factor in case of a three-phase system is much lower as compared to a single-phase system. 17% in case of three-phase system, while it is 48.2% in case of a single-phase system. So uh, DC rectified from three-phase supply contains lesser ripples as compared to DC rectified from a single-phase supply. Moreover, the frequency of the ripple is more, so the requirement of filter is reduced for DC rectified from a three-phase supply. So you need bigger filters, bigger costly filters to uh, filter out the ripples in case of a single phase system. So and at last, a single phase system can be obtained from a three-phase supply system. While this is not true, you cannot get three-phase system out of single phase system. So three-phase system, so say it is connected in star, so it's always possible then you can utilize any one of sorry, AN, any one of the phase to connect it to the load. So these are the advantages associated with a three-phase system, which make it more acceptable, more advantageous compared to a single phase system. Thanks for watching this video.